In the wake of the new Happy Ghast coming to Minecraft, I wanted to see how new modes of transportation could change Minecraft. So I installed several vehicle mods from horse and buggy to interstellar rocket ships. And I'm going to tier list every single one of these mods to see which one is the greatest vehicle mod in all of Minecraft. Okay, thank you. Make sure to subscribe and enjoy the video. All right, so we're going to do these vehicles in progression order. And the first one can literally be obtained with 5 simple logs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we make a crafting table, slap that down, make a chest, 8 sticks, and then you can make a wheel. And then we make 2 wheels. And then I need more wood. Oh my goodness. We put the 2 wheels here, 3 planks and a chest, and we get our first vehicle, which is the hand cart. Now, this is as basic as it gets, but this is a pretty fun one. A cart that is pulled by hand. So I have my key set to X, but that's what you use to grab onto the cart, and then you can just walk around. And you just basically have a portable chest. So I can throw some stuff in there, and it will actually show up in the cart. And this thing kind of holds on. I mean, I can sprint jump. It's not good for taking big falls. It can, like, fall off, but, oh, like that. So you can't, like, be doing big jumps, but other than that, it's pretty easy, and it's kind of like a fancy backpack because it is just a chest right here on your back. Oh, and there's a horse over here. We're going to need that horse for our very next vehicle. Fortune 3 hoe. Actually, we're going to need these tools as well, so we'll take these. So we're going to have to make 2 more wheels here, and then you put them at the bottom, and then you fill in the rest with wood, and boom, the animal cart. Yeah, so this cart can, well, hold animals in it. So let's try to get this cow and chicken in here. Let's just try to place it like next to the cow. Boom. You know what? I thought this could only attach to a horse, but I guess you can pull it as well. So you can use the animal cart to, well, either kidnap some villagers or take animals for your farm. It's actually quite useful. I believe this can hold 2 animals, but I might be wrong. Oh yeah, there we go. Boom. We got 2 animals in our cart. So as long as you don't take any big falls, you can just pull animals to your farm. This is actually something I would love to see in vanilla Minecraft, and I feel like it fits in. All right, I'll put all my junk in the hand cart. I have to go get even more. Oh my gosh. I have to get even more wood. All of these. Okay, come on, hand cart. So all the vehicles in Nifty Carts here are just made out of wood. We're on the very most basic vehicles. These are going to get very crazy. By the end of the video, we will be soaring into space. But right now, we're stuck pulling carts with our hands. All right, and then with 2 wheels, 3 planks, and 4 sticks, we can make a plow. Now I'm not sure. I thought this was also only going to be able to be pulled by a horse, but let's see. Can I grab it? Oh, I can. Okay, all of these can be human powered or horse powered. Let's tame a horse before I show off what the plow does. Boom. All right, so now that I got a horse and a saddle I totally didn't spawn in, we can walk up to the same cart, press X, and bada bing, bada boom. And just like that, our horse is now pulling a cart, which I gotta say, this just feels cool and medieval. But with this plow, we can put some tools on it. You can put hoes, shovels, and axes. But right now, we're just gonna do hoe and shovel because we're on dirt here. And then I believe we actually have to click on it to lower the plow. But once we start driving, the shovel will pave anywhere you go, and the hoe will till any land you go by. Oh, and we already broke the hoe because it was made of gold. But this is a very handy tool, especially if you want to make like a gigantic farm. All right, we're going to see what happens when I put 3 hoes in the back. Wait, that didn't sound good. Anyways, we got the hoes in the back, and oh, it's raining. But look at that. We can make a gigantic farm, and we can just kind of like, oh, okay, you don't want to like go over yourself. You kind of have to be careful and go around in circles, but you could make quite the farm very quick. Doing all of this by hand would take significantly longer. And why did it have to start raining? I guess it's going to water my crops, right? Oh, wait, does the rain actually water crops? I didn't even know that was a feature. I've been playing this game for 13 years, and I had no idea that if it was raining, your crops get watered. And I mean, that's obvious, I guess, but I just didn't. Anyways. So if you take the hose out the back and you put in 3 axes instead, you can actually strip logs. I don't really know how useful this would be, other than if you were stripping a very large quantity of logs, because this does feel a little bit not useful, but it is cool that it is a feature. So you can see the hand cart is too small to be pulled by the horse. So we have to make the next cart here. So for the last one, you need to make 2 chests and then 2 wheels and then just a few pieces of wood, and you get yourself the supply cart. Now the supply cart is just a bigger version of the hand cart. Now, you could still pull the supply cart with your own hands, but you can also sit in the back of it, tow someone along. But this is the size of the hand cart here, and this is the size of the supply cart. So that's all the vehicles in the Nifty Carts mod. And now we're gonna take this horse all the way to the top of that mountain to check out our next vehicle. So our first mod of the day, Nifty Carts, is pretty nifty to say the least. This is one of those mods that I think could be added to vanilla Minecraft nearly seamlessly. And for that reason, I'm giving it an A tier. I'm just saying maybe add some wood variants and that could be bumped up to an S. Just saying. Anyways, fantastic mod. So it appears our horse and cart has already become obsolete because there is a giant river and canyon between me and this mountain. So I guess we're gonna have to make the next vehicle now. So first I gotta kill a few cows for their leather. Sorry, fellas. So now that we have 6 leather, we can make a glider wing. But we actually need to make 2 wings because that's what you need to fly. And then once you have the 2 glider wings, you take a couple pieces of iron here and make a little triangle shape and you get yourself glider framework. Now you take that and the 2 wings and you got yourself a hang glider. And we can use this to cross the canyon. It's like a slightly worse version of an Elytra. It's like an early game Elytra. And we could just jump, click, and we'll soar across. Oh my God, we're actually gonna clear. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Boom. Now we have to scale the mountain as night is falling. But hopefully we can find some phantoms once the sun falls so we can craft the next type of glider. Oh God, okay, here we go. This is what we need, phantoms. I'm gonna pull out my axe. Okay. And he didn't drop anything. Come on, buddy. Oh, there's another one coming. Oh, dude, I hate these things. Okay, there's 1 phantom membrane. I need another. Let's go. All right, now we can take our hang glider, 2 phantom membranes, and we get ourselves the reinforced hang glider, which this bad boy is reinforced. So oh God. So the reinforced hang glider here allows you to glide much further. And we're going to test it out right now because we got a creeper. See ya, buddy. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this is. And you can just soar. Like, you can hold W and go kind of fast, but if you just don't hold W, you can just slow glide. It's soaring, flying. I'm setting it today. Hang gliders is a very convenient mod and it works perfectly, but it is a very small mod, so I am going to give it a B tier because there are other competitors for glider mods out there. In my sports mod video from a couple weeks ago, I featured a mod called Gliders, which had custom animations and a really cool model for the glider. I like how these ones function better, but it is a little goofy with your player just kind of laying flat in the air static. But otherwise, a great mod, super fun, and I add it to my mod packs pretty much all the time. All right, right over here will be perfect to craft our first boat. It's actually technically a ship. Also, this glider, you can't go straight down, so you kind of have to slowly, boom, land. Beautiful. All right, well, we're going to craft a boat out of acacia wood here. So I am going to just chop down every one of these trees real quick. First, we're going to make 3 boats of your wood choice. You can actually make these boats out of any wood. And then there you go. 2 chests, 1 sail, 3 leads, 3 boats. You got yourself a galley. Now, the reason we made the galley is because these boats are actually, their performance depends on what type of water they're in. And the galley is a warm water ship, the only warm water ship. And this looks like a warm ocean, right? I don't even know. But this is the ship itself. Now, there's a lot more we can do with these types of ships, but we're going to start with this one since we're in the correct environment. And these things are fast. So this particular boat does have rowers on it. And you can kill mobs. So you can go pretty fast with just the rowers. But if I drop the mask here, we can go really fast in warm water with this guy and the sail up at the same time. And there is an entire like double chest worth of inventory space right here, as well as this ship can fit 8 more players on it. I just killed 2 pufferfish. So these boats aren't too kind to the local wildlife. But let me see if can I load villagers up on here? I didn't even check. Now you can actually keep your ships in place with a lead, which I think is kind of cool. All right, let's see if we can spawn a villager. Can you get in the boat? No. Oh, I can hit him with the boat though. Okay, so you can't take villagers in, but you can take a 9-player crew, which will be useful because these ships also can be equipped with some weaponry. But in order to do that, we are going to have to sail into the deep, cold ocean and go get ourselves some cold ships. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, skirt. So there are 3 other types of ships, which I should mention. You can make them in any of the default wood types. This is mangrove, that's cherry, that's spruce. And we're going to go over the 3 cold ships. These guys are pretty cool. I guess we'll just start with this guy, the mangrove brig. So the brig is a massive ship. It's got 2 sails on it and can carry a lot more goods. If we get in it here, there's 3 pages of chest inventory. Can hold up to an 11-person crew and works best in cold water. So we're moving fast. Oh God, we don't want to go too far. I don't want to lose my position here. But you getting to go so fast. I honestly like the mangrove wood. I didn't realize it would be so bright red. I guess I haven't built with mangrove wood enough, but it kind of makes sense why there's more cold water ships than warm water, because there's just way more cold ocean. Here, let's try to turn around. Oh, am I going to crash? No, we're good. Okay. Hold up. We can lower the sail to get a little tighter turn here and then open it back up. But we're going to come back to the ship because this is the best ship to... Oh, it's bugging out right now. This is the best ship to put cannons on. But we should check out the other ships first. This is the Cog. I made this one out of cherry wood because it's cute. The Cog is a cold ship. It's more nimble. It's smaller. It can hold a 5-person crew. It can hold 4 cannons. And it's also a cold water ship, of course. It's a bit slower. It's a bit cheaper. It does have 2 pages of inventory, though. So this is a really good, like, single-player traveling... Oh, off into the sunset. Yeah, so the Cog is what I would use if I was going to move bases or... Oh, wow. There's some serious fishing capabilities with these ships. Oh, get out of here, drowns. But it does keep drowns away, which is nice. All right, I'm going to just crash this at full speed and see what happens. Bonk, nothing. Oh, it snowed on my crafting tables. Lastly, we're going to have the Dracker here, as well as we're going to get into the cannons and the cannonballs. But let me go over to the last ship here, which is the Draker or Dracker. It's like a Viking-looking ship. It has a front cool little thing here. It's got the rowers as well. 2 chests, 1 sail, lead string, and 3 boats. This is the spruce version. So this one you can row without sails, or you can put on the sail. And if you couldn't tell, you can also just smash through ice with this bad boy. Like, oh, we need to go through here. It's a little slow, but it's quite effective, especially when you have to go through these types of biomes. You can carve out paths for your other boats. Oh no, will this bear attack me when I hit it? Uh-oh. Can I kill him with a boat? This is not looking good. Sorry, PETA. Okay, we can just carve through the ice here. So this has less inventory space. It can't carry shields because it has rowers, but it does have a practical use. Oh, it's just going to keep going. I'm not even on it anymore. Beautiful. Look at all of that ice carved away. But that's the only winter ship that can't use a cannon, and I imagine that's because of the rowers. But let's make the cannon now. You need 3 blocks of iron, 2 logs, and 1 string to make a single cannon. And then you need iron nuggets and gunpowder to make 2 cannonballs. And some of these ships, like this guy over here, like the brig, can hold up to 6 cannons. So what you do when you're in the ship is you just... Wait, hold on. You get out of the ship, and then you just click the cannon on. And boom, you have the cannon on there. Now, to launch the cannon, you just press space. Oh, you have to put the cannonballs in the inventory. Oh, we missed that block of ice, but you press space and you can shoot a cannon out. Boom. And it destroyed a hole in the ground. A little bit of reset time, and if we get a lot of cannons here, we can do some serious damage. Let's load up these cannons real quick and set up a firing range. We have a brig loaded up with 6 cannons, 3 on each side, and we have a firing range with totally not living subjects. So we're gonna just see how much damage we can do, because these cannonballs do kind of blow up on contact. So let's slow down a little bit. We're approaching our first spot, closing the sails. All right, you ready, villagers? Ready, fire. Whoa. Oh, wait, is it where I look? Oh, it is where I look. So I can't shoot both at the same time. But, okay, that did eliminate some villagers. Let's try to get a little bit closer. And let's try that front door. Let's aim there. It's honestly pretty accurate. Oh, you can... Wait, if I just hold space... Okay, it's not destroying the building, though, surprisingly enough. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and the ground. Let's just speed run this. Maybe we should turn. I guess they don't do that insane of damage to people because iron golems are not taking much. Oh yeah. Should I be like being first person maybe? Is that aim better, you think? Let's see. First person time. I think we just need to be directly parallel. I wouldn't call it a massacre per se. Boom. All right, we were able to take those iron golems out with some direct hits. So I wanted to see what it did to stone. So let's see. Maybe bricks are strong enough. So far, the bricks are good. What about TNT? Uh-oh. There we go. Turns out you can blow up TNT with cannons. But you can be firing at full speed ahead, so let's get moving. If you had a full crew, you could be launching these cannons more accurately and faster, as well as like taking over other people's ships. Now, we're really getting a little bit more technologically advanced here. I mean, we got cannons, we got ships and sails, but now it is time for us to move on to the technological era. So let's go make some cars. Small ships is not only a super fun mod, but it's just a delightful, cute, and useful mod in Minecraft. I feel like Minecraft boats are just super lackluster and uninteresting to explore with. That's why I think I'm giving small ships an S tier. I just feel like this mod hits all the marks. I would maybe add a fishing ship and an ability to mount some fishing rods on a boat, but besides that, this mod is pretty much perfect. Also, from here on out, the mods are gonna get a little bit crazy. All right, the next mod adds cars to the game, and it's called Automobility. And these are the two main blocks you'd make in this mod. One is the auto mechanic table, which allows you to craft every single part of these cars. Because yes, all of the cars in Automobility are modular. I do have a full in-depth showcase on my second channel if you're interested, but today we're just gonna mess around with the cool stuff. But we are gonna start with the most basic vehicle they have. So let's grab a few parts here. Let's grab a copper motor car. Let's grab some standard wheels, and let's grab basic iron engine. 4 wheels, 1 engine, and this mod actually doesn't require any fuel of any kind, so you can just hop in the car and drive. Now, the basic wheels are actually too small to even roll up a single block. But this is like pretty much one of the most basic cars you can make, and it's not even that bad. I don't even know why you would even bother making these wheels because, oh, that's my horn. That's crazy. And you can add some sick drifts, but this car is slow and boring, so let's get rid of it. We're gonna make an upgraded version because we're gonna take a shopping cart and let's see what wheels we got. Let's do off-road wheels. All right, off-road wheels. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. These wheels are massive. I don't even know how they would really roll it, but you know what? It's fine. We'll just slap an engine on here too. Now slap a gold engine. It's the second best. Oh, my horn's going. Okay. So now we are in the off-road shopping cart. And I know before with some of these other mods, you know, we've had some pretty basic vehicles. We're past the basic vehicles. Hold on, let's hit a drift. We're gonna hit a nasty drift. And we can go pretty fast in this thing. Obviously very helpful for navigating your Minecraft world, but how are these helpful beyond transportation? Well, wow, I was able to cross that river with no problem. You can actually also double up these cars, honestly, as submarines because they drive perfectly fine at the bottom of the ocean, as long as you have water breathing. Just keep swimming. All right, hold on, let's go back. Oh God, we're falling into a trench. Let's drive out of the ocean here. Ow. Okay, the off-road wheels can't go up more than 2. Dude, what the hell? Okay, we're almost there. Let's hit a nasty drift. Try to get up to purple. Boom! All right, buy shopping cart. Oh, it didn't even roll that far. But this is probably, honestly, my favorite vehicle you can make in here, but you can do a lot more. There's just so many options, as well as attachments. I want to get into this, because let's just say I took this rear attachment. Boom. Have a villager drive in the back. Even though he is just getting blasted with fumes. That's not my problem. So yeah, you thought those carts earlier? You thought the carts earlier in the video were good? Nah. We got a off-roading shopping cart. See ya, buddy. Is he still driving? I think if I let him go in the driver's seat while I'm holding the driving key, it just lets him keep going. All right, well, he's drowning at the bottom of the ocean. That's not my problem. I want to show off some more attachments, so I'm going to make a pumpkin car here. Let's get some tractor wheels on this pumpkin. Oh, looking gorgeous. And let's throw on the diamond engine. Boom. Diamond engine on the pumpkin mobile. All right, now that we got this out here, let's show off some of these attachments, because there are some basic ones. Like you could just throw a grass cutter on the back, and now you have a pumpkin lawnmower. Well, there's actually a good reason why you would use this grass cutter, right? Because there are back attachments, like the backhoe and the paver. Okay, yeah, the backhoe hoes the ground. So if I have the grass cutter in the front, trim the tall grass, I can hoe the short grass. And now we're productive as hell. And we can hit sick drifts. Where's my crowbar? Crowbar is your main weapon here, or main tool. And then you can just shift click to remove things. But let's get to the little bit more interesting ones here. We'll get rid of the front attachment. If we put this on, this is called autopilot. And basically there are these autopilot signs in which you can just kind of tell it where to go, and it just listens, and it will just keep going and wait for the next instruction. Like this guy will just keep driving. Oh, he's honking at me. Oh, are you stuck, buddy? Go that way. Yeah. Oh, he's on the bottom of the ocean. Oh, you're stuck. Well, our poor little buddy is stuck at the bottom. See, this mod adds slopes as well, which are ways for the vehicles to go up ramps. So I have a vision. I want to get as much air as possible. And it matches the block under it. So I wonder if we could just like decorate it with something. Like if we took we got the cherry ramp here. Because what we can do with this ramp is we can make these dash panels that give speed boosts. What if we just line the whole thing with this? Right? All right, before we do autopilot, we got to do this on our own, right? Let's get a very basic car. I'm going to get the most basic little copper mobile. Oh, I placed 2. What the hell? I am moving 3,000 blocks a second, and I am 23,000 blocks in the air. Okay, we ran into a bug that just TP'd us up a trillion miles away. Car down. I'm in it. Okay, I'm not TPing. All right, now it's time for the great ramp. Oh. Okay. That was in the very basic copper mobile. I'm going to be honest, that wasn't as far as I wanted. But that's okay, because there's more measures we can take. Such as launch gel. This stuff, the second you touch it, it launches you straight up. These annoying cows, I'm going to nudge them over. Can I get him in the... Yep. And now this cow, I'm going to give him autopilot. All right. And then we're going to do autopilot sign. And then we're going to... Hopefully this will point straight. See ya, Mr. Cow. Honestly, you could... Oh, it suffocated the cow to death. And now the shopping cart is slamming against the wall. I'm going to choose this rickshaw, which I think are the cool looking ones. This is the Skulk rickshaw with a diamond engine. This is as fast as they get. So I'm going to back up. And I'm just going to go for it. Boom! Dude, the jumps aren't as far as I want them to go. But maybe I got to let myself gather some natural speed first. Okay. Oh, there we go. Big jump. There's also another attachment that is very entertaining. Can I get an iron golem in this thing? No. But I can get a villager in here. There we go. All right, see, this is regular villager. But if I put this little attachment on, this is called the mob controller. This lets the mob's AI take over the car. So now the mob's natural AI is controlling the vehicle. Which you might be like, what's the point of that? But it gets very interesting. Like, why is this villager... I give this villager free will and he immediately drowns himself. I don't know if... Oh, wait, are you going to get out? Come on, villager, you can't drown. You can get out this way. But this mob controller attachment gave me an idea. I've unleashed the brigade upon the village. Oh, he's going crazy. They're an off-road creative engine car. Oh my god. Yo, they're like turrets. They're hitting their shots. Automobility is a lot of fun. I love the modular vehicles, and I love how they work, and I love how convenient it is. I feel like there's a lot of Minecraft mods out there now that make getting their stuff harder, but not Automobility. I thought it was a great mod, and that's why I'm giving it an A tier. All right, now it's time to soar the skies with Immersive Aircraft. I also installed Distant Horizons as a little bonus mod because we're going to be flying around, and look how insane the render distance is with Distant Horizons. This is cranked up to the max. It uses some fancy technology to load the... I don't even know how it works, but you can see hundreds of blocks, which is going to be very convenient in our little airship here. I crafted a little airship. It's very slow. Oh, apparently it was a little bit broken. I did do a test drive off camera. But if you get inside and drop a little coal in this thing, and then you kind of have to hold space here to get the engine going. But then it's like a little airboat, and you can just control it with WASD, and you can use shift to go down, space to go up. And we do have a destination, actually. I want to go over these mountains, way beyond those mountains over there, to visit a village, you could say. So as cool as this airship is, it is the most basic of the airships. So I'm actually going to go land back at the pad here so we can make an upgraded version. Oh, I almost jumped out. All right, coming down for the landing here. And then you sneak to get out, and bada bing, bada boom. All right, but if you take that airship and then just add some chests and a hull here, you can get a cargo airship. Now, the cargo airship actually is a bit slower, but it does contain a lot of chests. So many, actually, that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mini chests worth of inventory inside of this single aircraft. Since it's slow, we're going to have to compensate. And I'm going to add upgrades, because in this mod, there are a bunch of little things you can do to improve your aircraft. So let's get in here, and we're going to put in the gyroscope. So what this does is minimize the wind effect, because there is a bit of a wind effect, and it's a little bit hard to control sometimes. Not super crazy, but it does drift. And then we can make a nether engine, which gives 40% engine power, which does actually make it eat up a lot more fuel. And then we're going to do a steel boiler, which gives it more engine power. And then we're going to do sturdy pipes. We're good to go, except I totally forgot the fuel and, of course, all of the cargo that I'll be bringing. All right, I think we are all packed for the journey. I have this loaded up with all of my very important cargo, flint and steel, and all of my upgrades. So let's see how fast we can get this thing going. I forgot coal. Actually, we're going to see how far some blaze rods can get us. I'm going to throw 20 blaze rods in the fuel. And let's launch. Oh, all right, we're moving. These upgrades are doing us justice. So we are going to have to go over this mountain to get to the village, I believe. So we're going to have to increase our elevation. That's super cool. You can see where the ocean biome changes. I feel like you never get to see that at such a big scale. You can see the water changing. If anyone in the comment section knows how to make their Distant Horizon look a little bit better without killing their PC, let me know. Because sometimes I feel like it looks a little goofy in the distance. But right now, it's not so bad. The mountains look gorgeous. All right. So actually, now's the time I'm allowed to mention that I have a hidden military base over here where we're going to conduct even more upgrades on this aircraft before approaching this village. So let me land right around here. Actually, wait. I'm actually gonna have to move it. That pad is for where we're going to assemble our next aircraft. Oh, interesting. Let me out on the roof. I actually don't want flint and steel going everywhere, so I'm gonna spawn in another cargo airship. And if you put this in the crafting bench, surrounded by 2 engines, some hulls, some sails, you get a warship. Now, this is where things get intense, Mr. B. I don't know why there's a chest there. There's nothing in it. So let's put the warship down if we have enough space. Boom. And yeah, a little bit of an upgrade from just the regular cargo ship. You got a full... I believe you can have full 5 people inside this warship. You got a colossal engine, storage, a frontal turret, which we'll get into a little bit more later, as well as just a very cool design with these engines and whatnot. But we want to get this warship upgraded right off the bat. So it's time to get into weapons, including the bomb bay, which allows you to drop TNT. Then we have the rotary cannon, which shoots gunpowder like bullets. And then there's also the heavy crossbow, which is just a mounted mounted bow, basically. We're not going to use the heavy crossbow on here. We're going to use the rotary cannon in the bomb bay. So let me open this chest. We're going to need a lot of TNT, but we're also going to need a lot of gunpowder. And we're going to get into this warship. Oh my god, this thing is huge. And so the warship has 3 engines that have to be fired up. And the ammo for the weapons, well, first let's install the weapon in the weapon slot. So we have the bomb bay installed, and now we have the rotary cannons installed. Now we can load our gunpowder. That'll be for the rotary cannon, and then our TNT will be for the bomb bay. And there's our target over there, this poor village. So we can actually get even more upgrades. So we have the engine, the steel boiler, the gyroscope, the sturdy pipes, but we could throw some more upgrades on here. So the only other 2 upgrades I can see worth getting is the enhanced propeller for less friction and, I don't know, improved takeoff time. I don't even know if these apply. All right, guess so. All right, I'm putting blaze rods in every one of the fuel slots. I'm going to put some fireworks in the boost rocket slot, which is a new slot we have here, and everything we can need to make sure this village never sees another day. So we can just take right off. We are moving so fast. I'm going to descend a little bit towards the village, and I'm going to be careful before dropping any bombs. You know, we're maybe going to use the cannon first. You guys even have any villagers here? Oh, look it. Here's one right here. Oh. Oh, I did drop TNT. Oh. Oh, so it's right-click to both shoot the TNT and drop the explosives. Okay. Well, we're going to get lower and rain some chaos then. Also, look how fast we can move in this thing. Target acquired. Iron Golem. Just take out their defenses right away. And we're using gunpowder here. Oh, and we're shooting TNT, and I'm a really bad aim. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh god, he has so much health. Well, there we go. We got the Iron Golem. Now, when TNT drops out of the aircraft, it actually doesn't do block damage. It only does mob damage. But that's okay, because here we got a villager right here. There we go. This thing's a beast, though. So let's just patrol. Let's just see if we can find any other targets. Maybe a pillager tower. I just want to show how fast this thing can go. We're soaring, flying. Oh, wow. We actually did find a pillager tower. Oh, I dropped out. Oh, that was a clutch creative mode swap. I accidentally jumped out of my warship. I don't know how much damage it will take landing. Oh, it seems fine. So when it gets damaged like this, you could just repair, like, I know I'm in creative, but if you go into survival, you can just, it repairs it with, like, nothing in your inventory. Just hard labor. You might be like, Dave, what is a better vehicle than the warship? And you'll see. So let's go. Oh, we're almost crashing here. No, we can just ditch the war machine in this, You can just go in that cave. Oh, I died. So our next vehicle here is the biplane. Now, this one is a little bit different because, of course, it's not an airship. It doesn't float in place. It only goes forward. But that makes this much better for long-distance travel, as well as speed and maneuverability. This is the most basic form. One big difference about the biplanes versus the airships is they're much more fuel efficient. So if we get in it and put the single piece of coal, oh god, we definitely do not have enough runway space. I'm backing up. So biplanes can't just go straight up, believe it or not. They do need some runway. So we're going to try our best here. I'm going to go back as far as I can. Start the engine. Okay. And pull up. Oh, I pulled up pretty early, but it has a slow start. Now, reminder, this is the biplane without any upgrades. But we already have a decent amount of speed considering how slow the airships were compared. And it definitely can't climb altitude very fast, but if you can just get it going straight, it goes at a decent speed for a very basic aircraft. But this is definitely no machine of war. So we got to either upgrade this thing or potentially turn it into an even better version. All right, so if you have the add-on Man of Many Planes, it also adds 2 other types of biplanes. This is a slightly better version called the Economy Plane. It's still made out of cheap materials, but it is much bigger. In my opinion, it looks way cooler because it's, well, a massive plane with these 2 propellers in the back. Oh god, do I have enough space to take off here? All right, so with this plane, the big thing is it's very fuel efficient, but it is slower. So if also the cockpit looks so sick. So what I'm going to do in this instance is I am going to upgrade the propellers. We'll do the improved landing gear, which makes takeoff 50% quicker. And then we're going to do the eco engine. This thing, but also lowers fuel consumption by 75%. So we're going to see how far I can take this plane on a single piece of coal, starting now. And hopefully I can take off. I think we will be able to. There we go. What I've noticed with this mod is if you just like drive it off a ledge, you don't have to worry about as long of a runway, which in real life, maybe you shouldn't implement that flying planes. Okay, so yeah, this plane is pretty slow with the eco engine on, but we can probably travel great distances. Here, we're going to try to go to the desert. I'm going to see if I can get to that mountain on this single piece of coal. I have no idea if we'll be able to do it, but we'll find out. This is also where you can see where wind gets involved. I'm not touching the keyboard and mouse, and you can kind of see the plane kind of tilts up. It'll tilt to the left a little, to the right a little. It doesn't change much, but if you wanted to fly in a perfect straight line, you need those upgrades to do so. We're still running on this single piece of coal. I'm kind of impressed. My goal is to get on top of that Mesa Mountain if we can. I should have installed a mod that... This is where... there was a mod I covered on my second channel, the Game Boy mod. This is where I'd want a Game Boy mod. It's because, like, I can't just tab out. I need to be somewhat present, but I wish I could just, like, play... I wish I could play Subway Surfers while I wait. Oh, wow. Look how good... look at distant horizons behind me right now. The mountains, the cherry trees. I mean, you can see even where we launched from at the beginning of the video. It's so far away. It's kind of insane. Okay, listen, we're still not out of fuel, and I think even if we ran out of fuel right now, we can make it to the desert. Okay, we still have some power. I wish it would say, like, percentage of fuel left. All right, let's go in for landing here. Oh, all of my rendering of textures is getting weird. What the heck? Look at... Okay, ready? Boom. Landed just like that. Which I want to remind you, where I'm aiming my mouse is where we just flew from. On one singular piece of coal. Here she is, the Scarlet biplane, which is an upgraded version of the original biplane. It's this bright red, create aesthetic plane that's from the Man of Many Planes add-on of the Immersive Aircraft mod. And just look at this thing. We equipped with a bunch of upgrades already. We got these crossbows. We did double crossbows on here. And we're gonna lay down some arrows. So let's put some arrows in here. I also now realizing I forgot to show off the boost rockets, but this will be the fastest airplane we'll be flying. So you guys will really see its capability once we're in the air. All right, we got a bunch of ghasts in the air. I'm going to try to take them out with this airplane before they can shoot me. Here's 1,000 pieces of coal. Okay, let's go. All right, we're airborne. Oh, they're shooting at me. Whoa. Oh, we're getting shot at already. Okay, hold on, we got to lock in. We got to be unpredictable. We have all the movement on our side. All right. Oh, apparently all I had to do was fly around the corner and they all despawn immediately. Well, that'll do it. Dude, what is with those mechanics? Oh, okay, it's still here. All right. I'm almost too fast. Ooh. I'm getting hit by fireballs here. I actually made a plane that's too fast to shoot these slow-moving ghasts out of the air. Boom. Now let's try... All right. See those ice spikes in the distance? Let's fly over there. Because this vehicle and this type of setup, the Scarlet biplane, is like the ultimate distance traveler. I mean, if you're looking for a woodland mansion or something, this is the place to be. We're going about, if we straightened our plane here, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Yeah, I'd say every 3 seconds, we're going 100 blocks away. Now, granted, this is going to guzzle some fuel up, but so far, we're actually still at max coal. Whoa, this wasn't loaded in. See, this is how far you can fly. You're just going to randomly stumble across the smallest mushroom biome anyone's ever seen. Wait, that's crazy. That's really the whole biome. The only downside is this thing moves so fast that mods like Distant Horizons struggles to even keep up. Not even thinking about your just general render distance. So that is something to consider. Like, is there even a nice spike here? Oh, yep, there is. Oh, I should be careful. Oh God, it's all generating in front of me. Immersive Aircraft has to be an S tier for me. There's actually a couple more basic vehicles that are in this mod that I covered on my second channel where I did a full-blown mod showcase telling you how to craft and do everything in Immersive Aircraft. So if that interests you, go check that out. Yeah, this mod is definitely an S tier for me. I think this is as good as a plain mod can get. But luckily, our next vehicle mod is a little bit more extraterrestrial. All right, so we've experienced many vehicles on Earth, but it's now time to create vehicles that will take us to the moon, literally. This is Ad Astra. This is kind of the spiritual successor to Galaxy Craft, or Galactic Craft, sorry. And yeah, so it allows you to build a spaceship and, well, go to space. And there's also a space rover that I want to try out. But to do that, we're going to have to get ourselves to space. I'm going to do a full-fledged showcase of every single crafting recipe on my second channel if you want to check that out. But we're going to get to the cool stuff today and go over a little brief overview. First, this mod requires you to generate power. So there's stuff like a coal generator and a compressor. This generates power, and the compressor turns ingots and whatnot into plates, which then plates are used to make stuff like freaking electronic blast furnaces that can help you make steel. And yeah, there's so many steel blocks. There's space doors. Oh, it's the sunset. Goodbye, sun. But yeah, the main thing you're gonna need to get though is oil. So maybe use one of the ships or planes we've covered earlier to scour the sea, because these spouts actually don't spawn on land. They spawn in the ocean, and you can just use a bucket to get oil. And then eventually you have to refine the oil into rocket fuel. And there's so many other gizmos and gadgets you'll have to build along the way. But eventually you'll get this fancy workbench called the NASA workbench. And this requires a lot of things like steel plates, iron rods. It gets intense. But the NASA workbench is what we're going to need to create a spaceship, and it's a spaceship shaped crafting table basically. And yeah, these are actually all of the parts we're going to need to make the spaceship. We have rocket fins, we have rocket cone, we have engine frame, we have steel engine, and we also have a launch pad which we'll need. So let's craft this up. Tank, engine, cone, and boom. Wow, I didn't know it did that. We have our spaceship, baby's first rocket. There are actually different tiers of rocket. We made the first tier. To get all the other tiers, we actually have to gather those resources up in space. So it has this fun animation where you carry your rocket over your head, and then we just put our launch pad down and drop our rocket on it. It looks beautiful, but unfortunately, this thing is not ready to fly yet. Like I said, we're gonna have to refine some fuel. So let me get the coal generator going here, right? Put some blocks of coal in there, and now it's getting power. And now you get a bucket of oil from here, and you put it right in there, and now it's refining the oil into rocket fuel. Now you're probably gonna need a few buckets of oil. I only have 2 here, but I'm hoping that it will be close to enough to get ourselves the rocket fuel we need. And then you can just collect the rocket fuel like that. That's 2 buckets. So let's go in our ship here. Oh, and then do 1 fuel, 2 fuel. I think you need you need 3 to fill it entirely, and I think you need 3 to make it to the moon. So we'll do a few more buckets of oil in here. But while we finish making the rest of our fuel, we actually also have to make ourselves this fancy little spacesuit, which starts with the space helmet. You also need a oxygen gear to make yourself the space suit. This is where you're actually going to store your oxygen. Then there's space pants and, of course, space boots. Look at us. We look great. But as you can see in the top left, we don't have any oxygen to survive in space because, well, obviously, there is no oxygen in space. So in order for me to actually be able to survive in space, I have to... Oh, boom, 3 buckets of fuel. Beautiful. The oxygen loader. All right, so I have this oxygen loader. Basically, it turns water into oxygen. So if I put my spacesuit here, I have a coal generator, of course, powering this thing. And we can just load it up with water, and it will convert that water into oxygen. But 1 bucket of water really isn't that much. So the most convenient way here is to just fill up a ton of buckets. And now we have a spacesuit that's okay. It's almost full. All right, boom. Now we have a spacesuit that is full of oxygen. So we're gonna swap that out. Now you can see our oxygen level on the top left. Okay, so now we're gonna enter our rocket. We'll load in the last bucket of fuel, and then we'll have some extra fuel reserves so we can actually, well, fly back to Earth. And let's try it out. Let's hit spacebar here. Oh, it's working. Our rocket ship is gonna go. All right. Oh. Oh, this looks so cool from first person. But look at us. Holy schmoly. So yeah, it does just fly you up to the moon. Dang, look at, we are very high up. And the whole screen shakes while you soar up into the air. Okay, oh, and there we go. So since we only have a tier 1 rocket, we're only able to visit Earth and its space stations, but I don't actually have enough stuff to make a space station. So we're gonna go to the moon. So we're gonna land here on the moon. Basically, that number is my descent rate, and we're in a little lander right now. And you have to hold space to use your boosters so you don't crash before you land, but you also don't want to waste all of your fuel. So we're landing. Oh, look at, looks like there's some alien life here. Okay, we're holding space to land. And boom. Look at that. We're on the moon, and this is the gravity on the moon. But there's the moon. I almost called that the moon. There's Earth. Wait, is that Mexico and South America? Wow. But look at that. We're in the vacuum of space. You can see in the top left, we're losing oxygen. But I'm going to try to scavenge all the materials I need to make our moon rover, which will be our next vehicle here. Whee! All right. So here are the locals. These are the Lunarians. The Lunarians. They live here on, well, the moon. And they also live under the surface. And they have very big brains. Hey, fellas. Let's see what they got here. Ooh, they got another space helmet. Oh, this is what we need. Some dash ingots. We'll take the emeralds too. You trade anything? No? Oh, we found some cheese and moon sand. Wait. Cheese heals the hunger pretty well. Oh, soul torches, dash ingots, cheese. So we're trying to find more of those dash ingots if we can. We can also go mining for them, but I just prefer robbing the villagers. Like, look at this. Oh, diamonds too. Thank you. Look at that, 17 ingots. So not only can you find dash in those villages, but you can find them in caves, like here, as well as there's other stuff like moon ice, iron ore, and, well, these creepy aliens. Look at these guys. These are this is the corrupted Lunarian. And dash is the main ingredient you need to unlock to get yourself the rover. And to get the rover, you have to make yourself a dash engine out of the original steel engine from Earth. You also have to make yourself some wheels with steel plates and wool. And you have to make yourself a radio, which actually, this is a very fascinating block. I just discovered this while setting this up. It just connects to online radios. I don't even know if I can play any of this without getting copyrighted, but let's see. It's a Latin radio. Ooh. The copyright, I don't even know if I'll include any of that, or maybe I'll pitch it down or something, but it connects to real online radio, but it's also a main component in making the tier 1 rover. New whip. We also hold it above our head, place it down, take a look. We got to load up some fuel in here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, now we're on the move in the rover. I actually don't even really know what the controls are, but it helps navigating the moon. Wait, oh, big jump. Oh, look, we got some cheese over there. Oh, God. So I think these are alien dungeons over here. Okay, we got out of our rover. What is this? What's down here? Oh, my God. It's a moon dungeon. Oh. Oh, my God. The aliens shoot ice at me. Oh, they shoot each other. What is this guy? A star crawler. Like a spider. Oh. Got him. Okay, this is... I just went in creative mode. This would be insanely hard to deal with. I didn't gear up for this, but in the final room, you can get yourself some raw dash, a moon globe, lots of cheese, lots of ice, and Frostwalker. So there's 3 more tiers of rockets, but we can't even craft the next 2. The next one we have to do is the tier 2 rocket, which is also made out of dash, just like the previous rocket, except full of dash blocks, dash tanks, and of course, a dash engine. I'm taking my rover to Mars. Oh, ain't that a just beautiful shot right there? Except we're not returning to Earth. All right, so now we have unlocked Mars. I was kind of free fall at first before. I'm gonna save myself. Ooh, Mars has biomes. Oh, I actually gotta cushion my fall here. Boom. Welcome to Mars. A little brighter, but the sky is hazier, so we can only see a sun. Whipping the rover on Mars like the Martian. What's in here? Oh, look at that. This place had an Ostrom block waiting for us. This is what we need to craft the next rocket. That was quite convenient. And with that Ostrom, you can make the next rocket. And honestly, I don't even know where this next rocket goes. So we're just going to hop into it and see where it goes. Oh, wait, my rover. Oh, no. I left my rover on Mars, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, you can see Earth. We can see... I don't even know what planet that is, but we can see Earth way in the distance behind me into space. Oh, so now we have Mercury and Venus unlocked. Let's land on Venus. Yo, we on Venus. So it turns out you need an upgraded spacesuit to survive on Venus. Who would have thought? Astra actually has several more planets to offer, and I'm going to do an entire full showcase on my second channel, probably within the next week or so. So please consider subscribing on there if you want to see full in-depth mod showcases. I don't do any special editing or anything. I just show off mods. So if you're interested, go check out my second channel. I also upload just random things on there as well, like the April Fool's update. Lastly, I think Astra honestly gets an S tier from me. I feel like its technological side is very easy to understand, and the planets are done very well. But let me know what you think of my tier list choices. I honestly think Immersive Aircraft does come out on top. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know how stupid you think I am in the comments. Also, consider subscribing.